Welcome to Old Folks Racing PC. Welcome to round 2, race 2, and we are with the amazing 1990s Formula 1, as it's called in the game, the Formula V12. What a sound these cars are going to make in the modern Imola circuit, and this is the starting grid with Mark Elder and Roger Seidel on the first row, followed by Darren Head and Diogo Silva, Kev Allen and Simon Allen, Rob Oldham and Luna on the fourth row, followed by Mike Stevens, Matt Coward, James Wheat making his debut in Old Fox Racing, and then Frederick Tennant and Phil on the last row. And it's lights out and away they go, and everyone has pretty much made a good start, but Simon Allen in that green car has absolutely... Oh, and there's a crash there already, someone is off the... Oh, and that's Rob Oldham. It wasn't Simon Allen, it was a cracking start by Rob Oldham. This is the view, no, this is Rob Oldham. Look at that, what a start he had. Now he's going to have contact here with the car that then, oh, and he just outbraked himself, and off goes Darren Head as well. Disaster for Darren in the beginning of the race. He's traveling to the gravel trap. This is the onboard from Darren. There you see he's trying to attack the top two drivers. Roger Seidel a bit aggressive there, covering the line. Darren is staying, oh, and he just gets hit from behind by Rob Oldham, who was not in control of his car. Where is Darren going to resurface? Oh, and he spins slightly there. He's really having troubles there, leaving the gravel trap. He's down in the 11th spot. Mark Elder has gone into the lead now. This is the replay from Kev Allen, and Kev is, oh, and Rob also made contact with Kev, and Kev into the wall, and he's going to drop to dead last in this race. Yes, he's in 13th spot. Disaster for Kev Allen as well. Now another replay of the start from Roger Seidel, and look at that, he already immediately covers the inside line to prevent Darren Head from going up into second place. Now covers the inside line into turn 1, the Tamburello chicane, and he remains in second place. Mark Elder is in the lead. Diogo Silva is up to third. Simon Allen up to fourth. Mike Stevens up to fifth. James Wheat, the rookie, up to seventh. And Luna in eighth spot. There is Mike Stevens. There is, well, we're going through the field there as Darren Head is still in 11th. They are already past the Villeneuve chicane, now into Tosa, into the way up to the Pirotella corner in this race, and this is Roger Seidel in the red car. Looks like a Ferrari, but it is not a Ferrari, and he is trying to put some pressure on Mark Elder, or at least to prevent Mark from running away. This is James Wheat in 6th place, the rookie in the Old Fox Racing PC, doing a good job there. We're still on lap 1, still early days of this race 2, but good performance so far. Phil, remember, he was in, oh, and then he hits someone big time from behind, and that was that Mike Stevens, I believe? No, it was James Wheat. Oh dear, oh, and nowhere, nothing he could have done. Just Phil basically ramming into the back of James Wheat, and that's a disaster for the rookie. What was Phil thinking? He probably forgot how to brake. So a few problems already with some drivers missing braking points, and this is a very powerful car. It also has very powerful brakes though, so you would expect drivers to be more in control as we complete lap 1. And Diogo Silva in that green car is in the podium position. Mike Stevens in 4th. Phil is, well, up to 5th despite that collision with... oh, and look at that, Darren Head is avoiding a car that was stopped, and I think that someone that pressed the reset button. Disaster for Darren Head. He had already recovered a couple of positions, and now he's, oh, and someone is spending, oh, all sorts of carnage, and I wonder if we are going to see some sort of replay of what happened. Yes, we are, and that is Luna, Jorge Luna in 6th place. Ahead of him is Phil, and Phil coming fresh from a collision with James Wheat. Now Luna, oh, and Phil just disappears. Oh, he must be lagging, and then he spins and takes Luna with him. Oh dear, and oh, and I'm not entirely sure what's happening with Phil, but I believe that the collisions we've been seeing are caused by a lagging connection. There is no way that he would have missed that breaking point by so much. So and Rob Oldham is in pit lane. I'm not sure if he's retiring. He certainly has lost a lot of time after those two collisions on the first lap. So we keep an eye on what's going on. He might have a drive-through, in fact. He might have a drive-through. That start looked a little bit too good, but he seems to be not exiting pit lane. So I believe that Rob Oldham may have retired from this race. Phil is now in 11th with Luna in 12th. And let's see if Phil's lagging problems. And this is Simon Allen is overtaking someone. Simon Allen is overtaking Fred Tennant, I believe. That's yes, that is Fred, who was almost stopped there after the Aqua Mineral corner, and Phil is coming at him. This is the battle now for 10th place. Darren Head recovering is already up to 7th with all that drama involving Luna, Phil, and maybe others that we haven't seen. And now he's side by side with James Wheat, and he's going for it. He's going to go for 6th place. I believe this is turn 1, and James is trying to defend the position, but Darren is going to brake later, and the job done. Outbrakes himself slightly, but keeps control of the car, and Darren Head is up into 6th place. Recovery race after that incident in the first lap, and also that spin at Tamburello later on that we also seen. Kev Allen is also recovering. He's now coming behind James Wheat, and Kev has been delayed by that collision with Rob Oldham on lap 1, and Rob has in fact retired from the race. So we are down to 12 runners. Kev Allen trying to make a recovery race as well. He is in 8th spot, and Darren Head has already gone through James Wheat, and now Kev is trying himself to recover that position so that he could go up into 7th place. We are already on lap 3, and look at that, James Wheat doing a good job there. Some defensive driving, preventing Kev from regaining that position. Beautiful sound of these V12 engines, of course, now hybrid engines in Formula 1 running in this Imola circuit, but nothing compares. Oh, and James Wheat has made a mistake there at the exit of Rivazza. He avoids the spin but loses a little bit of time, and off we go with Kev Allen. Says thank you very much. He's up into 7th place. Darren Head in the meantime has already found another competitor on his way, and that's Matt Coward. Matt sitting in 5th place, but not for long, because Darren is coming with everything. The championship leader is trying to recover one more position and trying to get into a top 5 in this second Imola race. Top 3 maintain their positions, and Mark Elder, oh, and look at this, Darren almost losing it there through Toza. Oh, and really losing it at the exit. But he is nose to tail with Matt Coward, and I wonder for how much longer is this going to take place, because Darren certainly is looking for an overtaking point. As I was saying, the battle at the front is stable. Mark Elder has not checked out completely, as he often does. We've got 2.4 seconds. Roger Zeidel in 2nd, and Diogo Silva also not that far behind in 3rd. Mike Stevens is in 4th. 5th is Matt Coward, but already 22 seconds from the leader. And if Darren does get through, he's going to have 10 seconds gap to 4th place. Look at this, Matt now making a small mistake there at Rivazza, and Darren is coming with everything in the start-finish line. Oh, but Darren, oh, he's going to lose it. Manages to save it. Big save there, but of course lost quite a lot of time. He was trying to hang on to Matt's gearbox through the start-finish line, hoping to overtake on in the Tamburello chicane, just like he did to James Wheat a few laps ago. James, by the way, is down into 9th place because Simon Allen is up into 8th. We haven't seen a lot of what happened with Simon, but I believe he may have been caught up in some of those incidents, and he is also recovering, as Darren Head is really now at the exit of Toz, and now he's going to go on the inside into Piratella. Not the most obvious overtaking place, but I think he's going to make it work. Yes, he is. Darren Head is, and runs wide there at the exit, but the race director is somewhat relaxed about those particular track limits. There is number 69. What a number for Kev Allen. Kev is in 7th place, and now he's the one reaching. Oh, and someone has spun there, or almost spun. That was Darren Head, almost losing it at the Variant Alta. And Matt Coward is back in the fight for 5th place, and so is Kev Allen. Kev trying to put some pressure on Matt. And we are now on lap 6 of this race, and Kev Allen very interested in 5th position again. But first he has to go into 6th, and look at this, Roger Zeidel has reduced the gap quite considerably. He's got Mark Elder in his visual radar, and all of a sudden we have a race for the lead. And Roger doing a great job. Of course, he chose this combo himself, but absolutely brilliant performance right now. He's right there with the reigning champion Mark Elder, and he's doing a great job. No mistakes, and very, very quick around this Imola circuit. As we are still on lap 6, we have quite a long way to go in this race, and all of a sudden we do have again a race for the lead. Where is Diogo Silva? He's lost time. Well, he didn't lose a lot of time. He's still in 3rd place, but he's not in the fight for the lead, as they are about to complete another lap. Diogo Silva almost 8 seconds from the leader, so not really in this fight. Kev Allen in the meantime continues to battle with Matt Coward. This is an absolutely fascinating battle, and now Matt just loses it at the exit of Variant Alta. And Kev is up into 6th place. I believe Simon Allen is going to go up into 7th as well, or does he? No, he does not, because Matt has recovered. It looked like he has spun, but he did not spin. And now he doesn't see an Allen behind him, but it's another Allen coming, this time in red, as he's now battling with Simon Allen for 7th place. Kev Allen is up to 6th. Another lap is complete, as we are already on lap 7. The leaders are 1.1 second apart, and look at this, Simon Allen is really coming at Matt Coward, and Matt really dropping down the order quite considerably. He's lost positions to Darren Head and Kev Allen. Now he's under pressure from Simon Allen, and he definitely wants to keep that 7th position. Simon Allen in 8th. Behind him is James Witt in 9th. Luna is in 10th. Fred Tennant in 11th, and Phil is in 12th place. With look at that, Simon Allen really close now into the Aqua Minerale, but no chance to overtake here. Oh, and Matt has lost it again. He's lost it again, and he's coming. Oh, and he's definitely cut the chicane. He's cut the chicane there. That corner was not really a chicane. In any case, he had to let Simon Allen through, otherwise he would be penalized. So Matt down into 8th, Simon Allen up to 7th. The gap at the front has increased a little bit now. Mark Elder has woken up and set a very fast lap, 129.6. That's a full second faster than Roger Zeidel. And something happened with Mike Stevens. Look at this, 136.2. We haven't seen what happened, but he's certainly much slower than Darren Head behind him, 5 seconds in the last lap. So some sort of mistake probably is what happened. Kev Allen very quick, 130.446. Simon Allen, of course, he had to battle with Matt Coward in this lap, so slightly slower time. But at the front the gap has opened again to 2.3 seconds, and all of a sudden Mark Elder has some breathing space again, as Roger is trying to come back at him now on lap 8, as we are reaching the closing stages of this race. Remember, it's a 20-minute race, so still quite a bit to go. It's a fairly, well, it's a 1.5 minute lap roughly here at Imola, which means we should have maybe just 13 laps, 14 laps maybe, and we are still on lap 9 now. The leader is through into lap 9. This is Diogo Silva in 3rd place. Now he has been losing time to the leader, 9.3. Fortunately, he is still quite ahead of Mike Stevens. Let's look at Mike's lap time to see if it was a one-off problem in the previous lap. Yes, it was 1:33.5, much faster, but not that much faster. And Darren had 1:31.08. The battle is going to start building up for 4th place. Meanwhile, Jorge Luna is behind James Witt. This is the battle for 9th place, and Luna, of course, has been delayed by that incident with Phil at the Tamburello in the first part of this race. Now he's trying to recover to 9th place with that very colorful yellow car. Oh, and so and James has gone off. Has he? Yes, he has. James has gone off the road, and into 9th place goes Luna. Was easier than he may have expected, as overtaking here is not trivial with these very powerful cars. Of course, they do simulate very accurately a Formula 1 car from the 1990s, and not much overtaking then, and of course no DRS at the time either, so you had to make a real pass, and that's what Darren Head is going to have to try to do with Mike Stevens. This is the battle for 4th spot, and Mike had a problem a couple of laps ago. Now he is faster, but not much, and here comes Darren Head. Darren Head is coming, and now he's got a good position because he's going through the start-finish line, and he's drafting from Mike Stevens. And is he going to go on the outside or on the inside? He's going to go on the outside, and this is going to be tricky, and Darren Head is ahead. Nice move there, nice clean move, and clean driving by both drivers, and Mike Stevens could not hold Darren Head anymore, and in fact he may already be looking at his mirrors, because here comes a recovering Kev Allen, still in 6th place, but very quickly is going to be challenging for 5th. Kev very quick indeed, 1:30.8, much faster than Mike's. Oh, and Mike has gone off at Tosa. Mike has gone off at Tosa, and he's lost the position already, and all sorts of mistakes by various drivers here at Imola. Not for the top 2 though, they keep running very consistently. Let's look at the end of lap 10, and Mark Elder is going to cross the line, and is going to be a 1:30.27, 1:30.6 for Roger, and the gap is increasing again. Oh, and Roger is in the grass, in the gravel, and lost a lot of time. Didn't lose any position and didn't spin, but not good for Roger Zeidel's aspirations for victory, as Simon Allen is now the one behind Mike Stevens as we enter the closing stages of this race. Lap 11 already, and clearly Mike Stevens is dropping down the order, as well as Simon Allen now is challenging for that 6th place, and Simon as well on the recovery race. Let's look at the lap times, and Mike Stevens has had a problem at Tosa. Look at this, 1:42. That was a big problem. 10 seconds lost in that particular off-road excursion, and here comes Simon Allen now. He's in the visual radar of Mike Stevens. This is the closest battle we can see on the racetrack for 6th spot, as the top 2 are now separated again by a bigger gap, and Mark Elder seems to be, and someone has stopped in pit lane. That's Phil. He was lagging badly for most of this race, I believe. This is not confirmed, but that's at least our understanding from looking at this race coverage. And now he has stopped in pit lane, and look at this, Mike Stevens again into the gravel, and big time into the gravel at the descent towards Acqua Minerale, and he's going to lose his position to Simon Owen and also to Matt Coward, that is up into 7th place, and Luna is through as well. Luna is up into 8th. It's a disaster for Mike Stevens. He was very well placed in this race. Unfortunately, he dropped down the order a little bit, and now several mistakes compounding and amplifying that disaster, as he is now in 9th spot and is going to again have a very poor lap time with all these off-road excursions. Mark Elder is under control. Look at this, 3.8 seconds now the gap, as we are on lap 12 already, so definitely entering the closing stages of this race. Roger Seidel in 2nd place now through the Acqua Minerale, and look at Diogo Silva. He is very much, well, he's 12 seconds behind Roger, and he's 13 seconds ahead of Darren Head, so he's completely running on his own in a podium position. Luna, in the meantime, there is a car ahead there, that's Matt Coward, and Luna doing a good job recovering again. He's in 8th place, and 7th is not out of the question in this race. Oh, and then someone, oh, and look at that, that's Mike Stevens again. Now losing it at the Villeneuve chicane. Didn't lose a lot of time, and certainly that was slightly more spectacular than disastrous, but Mike Stevens not managing to, oh, look at this, Jorge Luna as well, running very wide there at Piratella, but crucially Matt Coward is losing time as well, so Luna definitely can see that 7th place in the, oh, look at this, now Matt has made a mistake, oh, almost contact there, but Luna is through. That was a good opportunistic move, as Matt Coward always also seems to be losing tire grip and generally speaking making small mistakes that are not going to help him at this. Oh, look at that, outbraking himself again at Rivazza and losing definitely a lot of time, and maybe Mike Stevens for once is going to be able to ooh, look at this, what is this? This is Mark Elder. This is Roger Seidel, and in front of him it's Mark Elder. That's 4 seconds, so he must be, well, this must be him lapping Fred Tennant, I believe. Yes, it is. Oh, and almost contact there. Almost contact there. That is Fred Tennant indeed, as he loses 1 lap. Mike Stevens is in 9th, and for once he can see Matt Coward in the horizon, so maybe, just maybe, he will be able to recover 1 position after losing many. As we enter the closing stages of this race, we are on lap 13, I believe, or 14, I can't really see correctly. It is 14, so definitely we must be approaching the end of this race, and Mike Stevens is not done yet because he can see 8th position, and look at this, Matt Coward is really struggling with this V12 formula, as he is really slow now on almost every corner, and he must be struggling with tire grip. And here comes Mike Stevens now. This is not an overtaking point, this variant Alta, but now maybe if he can go through and gain some time here in this section, he can try to overtake Matt in the start-finish straight. Doesn't look like he's gaining a lot of time. Look at this, both of them outbraking themselves through Rivazza, but I think Matt has this one covered, because now in the start-finish straight, I think definitely Mike is too far behind Sir Loveling. That is Kev Allen. Kev is in 5th place, and look at that, he's actually very close to Darren Head. Darren Head has made a good recovery race. This is Mark Elder overtaking, I believe that is Matt, because Fred Tennant in 12th is already a lap down. No, it is James Wheat, I'm sorry, it is James Wheat, as Mark Elder is going to start another lap, and I believe this is going to be his last lap. Or did he cross the line already? I think he may have crossed the line. So Roger Seidel is, yes, I think this is the end of the race. Roger Seidel in 2nd place. Mark Elder has won it. He didn't even need to lap that car. Diogo Silva is going to finish in 3rd place. That's a good podium position for Diogo after a very consistent race. 4th is going to be Darren Head, and Diogo immediately stopping after the start-finish line. Darren Head recovers to 4th, 5th is going to be Kev Allen, and 6th is going to be Simon Allen. Ooh, look at it, that, oh, and Kev lost it at the finish. Fortunately, he had crossed the line already. Simon Allen in 7th spot. Matt Coward is going to be 8th. Mike Stevens is going to be 9th. And Fred Tennant is going to finish in 10th, and is going to be already a lap down. So, oh, Luna is going to be 7th. I'm sorry, I missed him. Luna is going to be 7th. 8th is going to be Matt Coward. 9th is going to be Mike Stevens. And 10th, James Witt still on the lead lap, as we are going to wait for him to cross the line and for everyone to complete this race. There is Mike Stevens in 9th place. Disappointing run in the end, and here is a checkered flag for everyone. Confirmation of the result. Mark Elder, another victory, followed by Roger Zeidel and Diogo Silva on the podium. This has been a very good and intriguing race in round 2. We shall now move to round 3 with more commentary from your favorite commentator. Thank you very much.